All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to an episode of the Nerd Holes. We got a quick one here for you today. The trailer came out yesterday, and we want to watch it and talk about it. I'm sure nobody else is doing that. So,
Nope, no.
first ones. All right. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right.
When it comes to Pedro Pascal, I'm always ready.
Well, that's true. It's true.
Oh, clearly
Oh,
1960s. Oh,
yeah. Clearly.
it is nice that they go from the like low end, like the TV format to the movie
Mhm.
format.
Hmm. It looks very like comic book accurate.
He's very comic book accurate thing, but I still like Michael Chiklis the best.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I don't know.
I know.
Because I like it. I like that he looks like it.
Oh yeah, I mean right here, I mean Human Torch and her
Yeah.
yeah, like this, like her being Invisible Woman stuff is like really
Yeah.
great. An invasion. I like the car.
The
Car's
car's
great.
pretty sweet.
I like their suits. And a full body Galactus is pretty great
It's
too.
pretty nuts, yeah.
There we
Their
go.
suits are great. Their suits are
Yeah. Fantastic Four.
their suits are fantastic.
Yeah, they are fantastic. I I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
So I saw that yesterday. I watched it like quickly. It popped up and I was
same,
like,
same.
I don't I don't know I don't know how I want to feel about it.
I don't either. Yeah, I
I
really
want to
don't.
feel good about it.
Yeah, I know. It's like the Thing is like one of my favorite people when I grew up, like the Fantastic Four were some of the most. They're like to me, it's like X-Men, Fantastic Four, like in the order of teams of people that I like. I mean, they're to my mind, I like them more than the Avengers overall, like
Yeah.
comic book form. Um, I just think I like that they're a family and they all have unique things and they all go through unique problems.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like, does this have the benefit of not being in the Marvel universe, the normal whatever 616 universe? This is in an
That's the
alternate
thing.
thing.
That's the
Like,
thing is it's like it can't take place in the same universe because it's set early, but also like we've been talking about for so long now, it's like what's the point?
right,
If it's
right,
in a different universe, what's the you just make any so it's like are we supposed to is Marvel now like the new DC in the format of like, hey, here's a
right,
movie about something from Marvel, but like it doesn't
right.
it's
Doesn't
separate.
matter. It doesn't
And
matter.
it's like
Yeah.
I don't like that, you know?
Yeah. It's a thing where obviously they're going to give this family the light of day and have their origin story, and then they're going to somehow come into our universe. Like, obviously, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know if that's like if I'm going to feel good about that. And also them being introduced into the normal Marvel Studios family. Like, do I care anymore?
Yeah,
I
not
mean,
really.
I think the point that Caleb and I we haven't talked about it because we haven't talked about Marvel in a minute. Like
Yeah.
this, like obviously we talk about it occasionally in
Yeah.
our video that's not Marvel related.
Yeah.
Um, but like I want to see the new Captain America movie solely because of the MCU Disney Plus series.
Yeah.
But like as a movie in the new saga, whatever the new saga is called,
Hmm.
I don't know if I care.
Yeah. Yeah, it just seems like that movie to me just seems like it's a movie for people who didn't see the show
Yes.
to like tell everybody that like yeah, Sam is Captain America now. Like moving forward,
Right.
it's like great. We've known that for what, 5 years now
Yeah,
because the
something like
show came
that.
out.
3 or 4 years. Yeah.
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 And the other thing is like I don't care about the Thunderbolt show coming out. I
No.
like Bucky,
Right,
but like
same.
he's not enough for me to
Yeah, and the
watch
Red
it.
Guardian guy was funny. Whatever his name is, he was funny.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like him, but I don't know. The only other thing right now that's like exciting to me in Marvel is like the Daredevil show
Oh,
on
the
Disney
Daredevil
Plus
show.
coming out
Yeah.
because it looks like a faithful continuation from the Netflix show. It's like the first Netflix Disney like crossover.
Yeah.
And I really like that guy that plays Daredevil.
Yes. Yeah,
And
Charlie Cox. Yeah.
yeah, he's great. And
Yeah, and it's great to see Vincent D'Onofrio and
yeah, he's
John
fantastic.
Bernthal, like,
I
and
know
even
they're all
like
coming
Foggy.
back.
Yeah, they're all coming back, right?
So I'm excited. So we'll
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully that like gets me on
maybe.
the bandwagon. But again, the it's like I have to like tell my brain now that like this is no longer like a cinematic universe.
Right.
This
Even
is
though
just
it is.
yeah,
That's what's hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is just like it's just like content. It's just Marvel content, you know?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And that's a hard hill to get over.
Yeah, it is because for so long it would have been like, hey, this movie sets up this movie, that sets up this movie, that sets up this movie. And now it's just like, hey, we have these characters, like, what are we doing with them? You know?
Yeah.
We still haven't seen any mutants.
Nope.
But
Nope.
yeah, I don't know. So we both like Pedro a lot.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
that's cool to see him.
And the guy here who plays the thing,
Yeah.
he's a notable actor. I
Yeah.
know her from a couple. I know Invisible Lady from a couple things.
Storm, yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And the other
I
thing is
it'll be
it's
better
not
than whatever that Fox movie
it's
was. I
not
never saw
Fox. It's
that.
not Fox. Yeah.
Oh, and obviously the Michael Chiklis, Jessica Alba one, Chris Evans
Mm,
one, like weren't amazing, so it's
yeah.
fine.
Well,
Um,
I'm just excited they're doing Galactus and not Doctor Doom again.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
They just
Well,
repeat the same.
I think it's nice that they're doing real Galactus because Rise of Silver Surfer had Galactus in it, but it was
Oh,
like a weird tornado storm. It wasn't like a man with the cool helmet. It was like a weird
oh yeah,
vortex creature. I don't
yeah.
know,
Because they thought like it would be too weird to have an
like a
alien
giant
guy,
man. Yeah,
even though they had a giant chrome person.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's I am completely on the fence about it. Not because I think the movie will be bad. It's more of like I can probably enjoy this movie as a standalone and just be like, cool, Fantastic Four, and that's nice. But it's going to have this like rotten meat attached to it that you're
Yeah,
like, well, my dinner's delicious, but also there's, a fly in it. And it's just like, it's hard. It's just hard to enjoy.
yeah. I know. And then the most recent news that I just heard the other day too was like they're now talking about bringing like Krang back, like the actor. They're like,
Oh,
hey, we should maybe bring him back. Because they announced the Robert Downey Jr. thing and like nobody wants it.
yeah, it
So
doesn't
that
make
was
any
like
sense.
their ace in the hole, and now everyone's like, that doesn't make any sense. And they're like, oh geez, what do we do? What do we do? I don't know.
Yeah.
Can we bring that guy back? What's he doing?
Yeah. And I know, the thing I also am worried about is like, did they introduce Robert Downey Jr. like he's gonna play Doctor Doom, and then now here's a Fantastic Four movie, and people
Yeah,
are like, "Oh man, I gotta go see it." So we see Robert Downey Jr. in the movie, and
yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be in it. I
No,
don't think that that's what he's doing. I don't think
he
he's
might
from this
have an
universe.
end. He might have like an end
Maybe,
scene credit,
yeah,
like
maybe.
teaser.
I think
Um,
there's gonna be a different guy in this thing who is Victor Von Doom. I think he's going to be
yeah.
in the thing.
It would be cool though. It would be cool like if he was from this universe because like the Fantastic Four tower looks like it takes the place of the Avengers tower.
Yes,
So like in this universe, if there's no Tony Stark and no Avengers,
but you
that would be
have
cool.
you have to admit like how weird. Like here's the thing. I don't think it fits because one, this is like clearly like 1950s, 60s
Yeah, that's true
stuff,
too.
right? Which would mean that Tony isn't
Wasn't
Tony supposed to
born.
be like born in the 70s?
Yeah,
So he's not even alive.
yeah,
And also, why why in the world would you cast Robert Downey Jr. to
yeah,
play Victor Von Doom,
yeah,
and that's his character's name, rather than him being Tony Stark, but he's been corrupted like Doctor Doom, and he's like the quote unquote
uh,
Doctor Doom of this other alternate reality. That makes
yeah.
more sense to me than
It's so hard. Yeah,
like recasting.
yeah. I know for them to like come right out and say like, "Hey, so this isn't just like a bad Stark variant. This
Right.
is like legitimately Von Doom," and it's like, you lost me.
Yeah.
You lost me. The idea of Tony Stark from a different universe being like this bad guy is cool.
Yeah, it's way more interesting than just they've casted Robert Downey Jr. as this villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. We'll
Anyways, I
see.
think
We'll
the
see.
point of it is the trailer looks great. Everything looks really great. Obviously, the thing being in the trench coat and the hat is great.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Johnny
looks cool.
Storm flying up into the space and losing his fire abilities is cool, and
It's cool.
Invisible Woman actually looks like a threat for once. It's nice.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't show Pedro Pascal stretching and
I
doing
was gonna
crazy
say, yeah.
stuff.
I hope
Um,
he does the stuff that Mr. Fantastic does in Marvel Rivals, where he like balloons up and takes like full like body damage.
yeah.
But we'll see. Yeah.
I'm really curious because as you and I both know, in shows and comic books and other media, not counting the other films, like Reed Richards is a very particular character. He's not a like Pedro plays a lot
Uh,
of interesting characters like the Mandalorian and
yeah.
Joel and stuff like that. And it's like I don't know. I don't know if he's that type of a guy. I'm really interested to see how they pull it off because Reed Richards is kind of like Professor Xavier and Tony Stark like pushed together. That's
Yeah.
kind of how he is in general.
He's like a super smart, like nerdy,
Yeah.
like professor
But
almost,
he's
you know?
also like a little arrogant and kind of full of
Yeah. Yeah.
rightfully so because he's like one of the most genius minds ever.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see it. I don't know. I want to be there opening night, kind of thing for it. I want to support it because I like the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things. Like, I don't know if I can get past the stink of the cinematic universe being kind of a dud. So that's kind of where I'm
Yeah.
at.
Well, and you know my stance on Fantastic Four. It doesn't get good till Spider-Man joins, but
Future Foundation. Yeah.
Future Foundation is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like it's great. But yeah, no, I'm excited. When I first saw the trailer and I saw their costumes, I was like, oh, those are pretty good costumes.
Yeah, they're not bad. Yeah, I know.
They're like knitted blue. Yeah,
Mhm.
it just feels right. But I don't know. That could be bad too. That could be just a like, hey, look at how
Yeah.
cool we made everything.
I think it's just hard, right? Don't you? I think you agree. It's like we don't rush out to the theaters to watch the Sony stuff because it doesn't mean anything. And
No,
that's where I'm at with this is like
that's
I
how this is starting
want
to
to
feel.
I want to see it, but it's like but what is this doing? Why should I care about this? Is this a
Right.
part of the multiverse saga and they're in the multiverse and like they're going to be introduced in other things and this is meaningful? Or is it just an origin story and the last 2 minutes of the film is a after credit scene and it's like look who's in it, it's Captain America, it's
Yeah.
the Hulk, I don't know, whoever, like, oh, you know who it's going to be, it's going to be the Edward Norton character from that Incredible Hulk thing who got the blood dripped into his head and
Oh yeah. The
he was supposed to become
Abomination.
the leader, no, he was supposed to become the
Oh.
leader, which is like a huge villain for the Fantastic Four. So
Oh.
like, oh, it's going to be
Yeah.
that actor and he's going to be the leader.
Let me tell you, tell you right now, you're the only one that remembers
I know,
that.
I know, but I'm just telling you, like, that's what it's going to be. And it's like, I don't know.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I totally get what you're saying. It's just one of those things too. It's like so Tom Hardy couldn't save Venom, and I don't know if Pedro can save
Yeah,
Marvel, but
I don't
I
disagree.
don't know. It has to be an alternate timeline. It cannot be the same timeline.
No,
There is no way that they were doing stuff while Hank Pym was Ant-Man and
no,
Tony Stark's dad was doing stuff. There's just you can't have it
no.
unless like something happens at the end of the movie where they get like taken to space or they get like
Yeah,
the go missing.
but you have to admit, if like they're showing Galactus show up to Earth and stuff like that,
People would, yeah,
and
yeah.
then I don't know. I saw the little thumbnails for who John Malkovich is supposed to be. I didn't look into it at all, but
Hmm. Oh yeah, I don't know who he's portraying. Yeah,
yeah, but
but this also kind of feels like, well, maybe it's just because the Fantastic Four were like that, but this also kind of feels like 1950s, 60s, like futuristic 1950s, 60s.
mm,
But I think it's just like they have a robot and their car
yeah,
is like special. I think everything else is pretty normal for the time period.
I think it's just Reed Richards just being on the bleeding edge of technology and making cool things.
Yeah. Uh, well, we'll see.
Hey, there might be on the channel in
See.
like 5 months. There might be Caleb and I talking about it coming out of the theater. So,
All I want to do is eat popcorn out of the thing's mouth.
is
So
there a
there we
Thing's
go.
Mouth popcorn?
There has to be. They have to be working on something.
It has to be. I hope it's his fist like upside down and it's like filled with his popcorn. Like that would make more sense than open
Yeah,
mouth popcorn.
that's his mouth. Ah.
Popcorn time! Blam!
Yeah, that's his famous line. I know it. You know it.
Yep. Know it well.
All right. Well, there you go. There's our nerd hole thoughts. So, we'll see you. Let us know what you think and if you're gonna see it, and try to sway us.
Yeah, tell
Try to
us down
convince us.
below if you give it a flame on or a flame off.
Leave off. Yeah. Yeah. Tell us to get out of our head. Stop thinking about Marvel movies as being a progressive timeline and just crazy branch and just be fine with it. Yeah. Oh well.
Super.
James Gunn, Superman. James Gunn, Superman.